pretty disturbing news. This girl from like she's a nurse from like Virginia, and she was just like abusing these black babies, like literally like targeting black babies. Maybe she targeted other babies, but the only babies that came up with injuries were black babies, and that's really sad. So let's hear about how like disgusting she is, and like let's react to it because this is like pretty nasty, like what she was doing. So let's hear more about this.
Elizabeth Ann Strotman was arraigned today in connection to that ongoing investigation into the hospital's neonatal intensive care unit. NR8 News reporter Victoria Lucas is taking action, getting new information in this case today from the courthouse. She joins us this evening in Henrico with the latest.
So what's crazy to me is that she must have known there was an investigation going, and she should have quit her job at that point. But the fact that she didn't quit her job when she knew that she was being investigated for basically like they were trying to figure out like what's happening with these babies. Like she knew there was an investigation happening, and she didn't quit her job because she was probably like so dependent on that paycheck that she just couldn't leave. And because of that, she got caught, and now she's facing the music, and her face is out there. Like she will never be able to practice nursing again unless she gets married and changes her name, which might give her a chance. But under that name, she will never be able to practice nursing again.
Judge presiding in this case denied reporters access into the courtroom, but Henrico County Commonwealth's Attorney Shannon Taylor did confirm Erin Strotman was denied bond. Strotman faces one count of felony child neglect and one count of felony malicious wounding for an injury to an infant on or about November 10th of 2024. We will leave no stone unturned.
No, this is different because usually, like, there's obviously lots of statistics that show that women and men who commit the same crime, the woman gets a lighter punishment for the same crime committed by a man. And this is like a very refreshing take to see that for such a heinous crime, she's not getting bail because she doesn't deserve bail. And on top of that, no cameras in the courtroom, like no reporters in the courtroom, which means that this is not a show and tell. This is they're gonna throw the book at her face, and it's literally gonna like stay in her face. That's how hard they're gonna throw the book. It's gonna get stuck in her face because what she did is disgusting and very nasty and it's just really reprehensible. Let's keep on listening. Henrico County's top prosecutor letting reporters know her office will continue to work very aggressively into the investigation into Henrico Doctors Hospital's neonatal intensive care unit. In less than 2 weeks, one woman has been charged and arrested. 26-year-old Erin Elizabeth Ann Strotman of Chesterfield County, who was denied bond by a judge Friday afternoon. While there has been an arrest for one person for allegedly inflicting injury on a single victim, I would emphasize this is an ongoing investigation spanning potential offenses committed in both 2023 and 2024. The ongoing investigation centered around 7 babies in total. The hospital alerting the community online. Wow, you have to be really a evil person. 7 babies, like these defenseless children, and she was fracturing their bones, like breaking their legs. Like that's so disgusting. And it's just so heartbreaking. Like they're really gonna have to punish her for this. Like this is really nasty. And the parents, whoo, like with the parents want revenge, obviously the parents want something done about this because if the justice system doesn't do anything about it, the parents are going to come after her. Line that 4 babies had, quote, unexplainable fractures in 2024 is similar to an incident in 2023. The Strotman now facing charges for one child out of the 7. We will continue to work on building cases if there is evidence present to build other cases to find if there's additional criminal culpability. It it makes me sick. It truly makes me sick. Dominique Hackey is one of the 3 families who showed up to court for 3 children involved in the entire investigation. Taylor confirmed Strotman is currently being charged in connection to a child whose family. It's a good thing that he's showing up to court, letting them know that hey, like we are not happy about this, and also when people they want something to be done about this. Like you like hurt their family intentionally. It wasn't an accident. Like you actually did this to them, a defenseless kid, and they didn't even do anything to you. That's the worst part. Like nobody even bothered her. She wanted to be known, and now she's known.
He was not in court. Still, he says he had to show up. Justice for my son. Justice for the other families that were affected, the other people's boys that were affected. Somebody needs to be held accountable, and it looks like that day is here. 8 News learned from 2 other families who wanted to remain anonymous that one of their twins who was being cared for in the NICU passed away. Another said her son suffered 12 fractures.
Oh my goodness. One of the children passed away, and the son suffered, and the other one suffered 12 fractures. Oh, like first of all, they probably can't even show up to the court date because one, like they probably have to show up to a job in order to just pay their bills and keep living. And on top of that, they just like just the pain of having to go through all of that, like what comes with it. Like they have to like have a funeral, they have to grieve. Like this is just sick.
I feel very blessed with what our situation was, and that it was just a broken leg, because it could have been a lot worse. And my heart goes out to those families, truly. And Taylor confirms that Stratman was employed at Henrico Doctors in 2023 and 2024 and is currently no longer. So we're trying to figure out when exactly she was terminated and what her status was back in the 2023 investigation of this matter. Stay with 8 News for updates. Reporting in Henrico County, Victoria Lucas, 8 News.
Wow. And so this is the news article about this. So former nurse makes first court appearance after being charged with child abuse in Henrico's Doctors Hospital NICU investigation. The former nurse at Henrico Doctors Hospital Neonatal Intensive Care Unit, by the way, that neonatal intensive care unit was shut down because the lawsuits that are coming are gonna be big. There's gonna be class action lawsuits and they're gonna be big lawsuits. It might even bring down the whole entire hospital. After an investigation into the baby's unexplainable fractures has made her first appearance in court on Friday, like what kind of demented person? Like this is really makes me sick because she's 26. It's not like she was born in the 1940s, 1930s, where she might have gone away with something like this, or where like the climate for this kind of racist behavior was like probably like not as like hot, where it's probably like more chill. But like when she's doing this in 2025, well 2024, like she's definitely there's something wrong with her. In the morning of Friday, January 3rd, 26-year-old Erin Elizabeth Ann Stratman of Chesterfield County was arraigned on charges of malicious wounding and felony child abuse in connection that, according to court records, stemmed from an incident on November 10, 2024. Stratman appeared by video and was held without bond, represented by court-appointed attorney Scott Cardani. Please throw the book at her. During the hearing, it was confirmed that Stratman was a nurse at the hospital. Strawman said that she was still being paid during the week of Thanksgiving 2024, adding that she did not know she had been fired. So, oh, she had no idea this investigation was ongoing and she was getting paid, which means that she was like just living her life. And you just like don't know how crazy these people are. Jesus. Ugh. This comes after the hospital said 3 babies were discovered with unexplainable fractures in late November and December of 2024, adding that these incidents were similar to an incident involving 4 babies in 2023. The two charges Strawman is facing, which came on January 2nd, so just 3 days ago, are in connection to the case of one baby. An investigation by Henrico County's Child Protective Services, the Henrico County Commonwealth Attorney's Office, Virginia State Police, the Virginia Department of Health, and the Office of Attorney General has been underway in relation to these incidents. When asked following the arraignment whether all 7 babies in the investigation are currently alive, Henrico County Commonwealth's Attorney Shannon said officials will continue to investigate and could not yet confirm their health status. I believe I heard one of the children had died. The maximum statutory penalty for felony child neglect is 10 years of incarceration, and the maximum statutory penalty for felony malicious wounding is 20 years of incarceration. So she's definitely guilty of both of those. But is she going to get the max? And is it going to be concurrent or consecutive? What's the difference again? Concurrent. I think concurrent at the same time versus consecutive is one after the other. Yeah, exactly what I said. So hopefully she gets it consecutively. While she's being held at Henrico County Jail, Taylor said Charlotte was ordered by the court to be barred from contact with children under the age of 18. Yep, life ruined. Strawman is slated to appear in court next at 2 p.m. on March 24th. ruined her life. Due to the incident, and she got no bond, she never coming out of that jail. She's gonna stay in that jail and until like she gets sentenced, and then afterwards, after she gets sentenced, because she's not coming out. Due to these incidents and the ongoing investigation into the circumstances, the HCA Healthcare said the hospital and CU would not be accepting additional admissions until further notice. Yeah, because who would trust them? On January 2nd, 2025, the defendant Aaron Elizabeth Ann Sharman was charged with one count of felony child neglect and one count of felony malicious wounding. We read that. We read that. The defendant was employed as a nurse at Henrico Doctors Hospital at all times relevant to this investigation, but it is our understanding that she is no longer employed there. She was arraigned on both charges on January 3rd and was appointed counsel today. So Cardini was appointed Sharman the public defender. The Commonwealth objected to bond and the court denied bond. While the defendant remains held at Henrico County, the court further ordered the defendant to have no contact with any child under the age of 18. The next court date is March 24, 2025 at 2 p.m. First, my thoughts are with the families of the injured children who suffered harm while in a facility designed to provide comfort and care. I would also echo the remarks made by Chief Eric English earlier today. So, so while there has been arrest for one person for allegedly inflicting injury on a single victim, I would emphasize this is an ongoing investigation spanning potential offenses committed in both 2023 and 2024. I assure the public that the investigation of these matters will be thorough and if sufficient evidence arises to establish the criminal culpability of other individuals. Like, yeah, this is sick and disgusting, and she deserves whatever's coming to her because she is really evil. All right, so that's it. That's it for this one, and we'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.